let's get into the preview now. For the match preview against Mura tomorrow night, 5:45 out in Slovenia. A nice early kickoff for you guys. But seeing as with the Romero news, who are you expecting to see in the defence tomorrow?
I'm still expecting fairly strong. I'm expecting probably Dyer to start, and then I'm expecting on the other side probably Sanchez, and then one of Rodon or Tanganga. I'm assuming.
I got a feeling that he might mix it up a bit, because I do know, you know, he wants to see every single player in action before the January transfer window, and I think that Dyer's been ever present for him so far. So I got a feeling Dyer might actually miss out this one. I got a feeling it could be maybe Sanchez, Rodon, and Tanganga.
I think, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but I just feel like from what he's saying, I reckon he's going to go with Dyer and one of Rodon and Tanganga, I think, and with Sanchez as well. That's just the feeling I get.
Surely Rodon's nailed on to start this one.
I wouldn't say he's nailed on. I don't know with Rodon anymore at this point. You know, he's not getting a look in with any manager right now. So
yeah, but you know, Conte's just come in and he wanted a settled team for his first few games, and now this is like the first game where I think we're really going to see him experiment. That's just what I feel.
Yeah, I think he will change things. I don't know, but I think he also want to keep a bit of consistency. That's the feeling I get. So I reckon he he won't be as weak. He won't be that weak. I don't think. I think it's still going to be a fairly strong team, I reckon.
And you know, Conte says in his press conference, you know, it's an important competition for us. Has your feelings on the Conference League changed at all? Do you think that we do go out and try and win this tournament from the off?
I think actually, to be honest, it's more important now that Conte's here that we have a good tournament than it was under Nuno, in a weird way.
Why is that?
Because I feel like now that Conte's here, we have a serious cup-winning manager. Under Nuno, it was all about building for the future. There wasn't this element of something special could be achieved under Nuno, and I didn't put much value or importance in winning a third-rate European Cup competition when the importance of under Nuno was very much like my expectations under him was kind of like finishing in the top 6. I didn't really expect us to do much. I just feel like now under Conte, it would be more of a signifier winning a competition like this, that we could kick on to other things, rather than under Nuno, where it's kind of like a plaster over the deficiencies of where we are.
Yeah, I get that, but it's interesting, because I actually felt that maybe it's more important under Nuno to win this competition, because under Nuno we were going for top 6, right? And if we don't get the top 6, we don't get Europa League, and if we win the Conference League, it's kind of like a get out of jail free card kind of. Whereas under Nuno, I mean under Conte, I think we got to be aiming for top 4, and if we don't get top 4, then hopefully we will get Europa League. And I think that under Conte, I think we've got a much stronger case, obviously, for top 6 than we did under Nuno. So I feel like maybe it is a bit more important, just because what you get at the end of it under Nuno, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just feel like under Nuno we had to prioritise things a lot more. Yeah. Under Conte, I think he's going to find a way of getting us playing consistently, like twice in a week, as opposed and using the whole squad, as opposed to Nuno, where he was like just picking and choosing his battles kind of thing. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm not that bothered about this competition. I just feel like Conte is a very serious guy when it comes to every competition he's in, and he's not,
rightly so.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the right way to go when you're managing a big club like Tottenham. And I think that he's going to want to try win every competition he's in. That's kind of his mentality. He doesn't want anything to fall by the wayside. I think Nuno is very much about prioritising where he feels like he can get points, or where he feels like it's most important. And that's very evident of when he was leaving a whole first team squad at home and things like that. He was very much focused on, I'm just going to prioritise the league where I'm going to be judged. But Conte's a bit different, I feel. He's very much like, I'm going to go to every competition I'm in to win it, and that's his mentality.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying at the beginning of the season when we had all those arguments on the Conference League. We should be going into every competition trying to win it. I know, obviously, the big tournaments like the Premier League is definitely a stretch too far, but I definitely think that we can go into the cup competitions, the Conference League, the League Cup, and the FA Cup with the mentality to go in it to win it.
Yeah, but I just felt like under Nuno, he did it because that's how he had to do it. Like, he had to prioritise because the squad for him was too stretched. But I think under Conte, he can get more out of the rest of the squad than Nuno can.
Agreed.
And then all of a sudden the squad looks a bit deeper than it was.
Especially in the formation we're playing, it already looks deeper, doesn't it?
Exactly. So that's why I'm thinking maybe a bit more positively about the Conference League than I was under Nuno. Now we have Conte, and I think it just changes it a slight bit for me. And I think it definitely would breed positivity if we were to go on a run in this competition and maybe even win it later in the season. But don't get me wrong, if we are in a serious battle for top 4 and we've got this competition in the knockout stages, I would want us to prioritise the top 4 battle. Don't get it twisted. 100%. If it comes to that, I just feel like the fringe players or the players who are in the second teams, let's say, might be able to do a better job now under Conte than they were under Nuno.
Yeah, it's just a lot more structure to the team now, isn't there?
Yeah.
In terms of the group, Rennes are top with 10 points. We're second in 7 points. Vitesse third and 6 points. Mura at the bottom with 0 points. I mean,
we're 3 points behind Rennes.
Yeah. We're 3 points behind Rennes and we play them last game. So if Mura are like the San Marino of this group, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
so we should, whatever team we have out tomorrow night, we should be winning quite convincingly, no matter what team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously last time we played them, we were 2-0 up, and then they got a goal out of nothing and kind of got back in the game, and we needed the big boys to come off the bench to finish the job for us. But that really shouldn't have come to that, and I'm hoping it doesn't come to that tomorrow. We should have this. These Slovenian player team, they're nothing to be feared, and we should be easily turning these lot over 100%. Whatever team, as you say, whatever team we put out, I do think it's going to be not full strength, but I do think the team is going to be like fairly strong. I have a feeling Kane's probably going to play, maybe with a view of him coming off early. But I do think he's going to start the game. I do think they're going to have and whoever we bring in, whether it be Bergwijn or Skip, if Skip comes in, or if Winks keeps his place, or whatever it is, these are international players who should easily be rolling over Mura 100%, even if we are away from home. Have they picked up a point yet? No. They haven't picked up a point. So there you go.
They've conceded 10 goals and scored 2 goals.
Yeah, should also offer Harry Kane more of a chance opportunity to stat pad.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's going to accuse him if he starts tomorrow. Oh, he's just stat padding once again. San Marino.
He must be top goal scorer in the Conference League, no?
How many has he scored?
He scored 3 against Mura.
Yeah.
He scored against. Didn't he score against Vitesse? Can't remember now. I know he scored a bunch in the qualifying, didn't he? But
I don't think that counts. I mean, 4 is the top goal scorer with Andre Green and Ola Solabakken, and Harry Kane is joint in second and 3 goals.
Second. All right, so he's not far off.
Yeah, he's not in great company there. I mean, the only other player I've heard of in the top 10 is El Shaarawy. Everyone else I've literally never heard of in the top 10. So, I mean...
Probably stands with his competition. Everyone who never heard of anyone in this competition.
Literally.
Honestly, it's the worst competition. But look, we're in it. And hopefully with Conte at the helm, it could inspire the players who are challenging for the first team. That maybe it gives them belief that... Because this is the main issue I had with Nuno leaving the whole team at home. Wasn't necessarily disrespecting the competition. It was more... the players who were playing. It didn't give them motivation to win the game or play well, because as Winks said, as much as people might have not liked it, whatever, like, you have to have a feeling of I'm playing for my place, somewhat. Even if it's like, you have to kind of have a feeling that if you're playing well, you're moving towards the first team in some capacity. And by leaving the whole first team at home and having this second string team out, it does 100% give the impression whatever you do on Thursday night is irrelevant because you're not going to be playing on Sunday.
Yeah. And
I didn't like
that was one of Nuno's
that's the main
downfalls,
thing,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
that selection, as strange as it sounds, a selection for a Europa Conference League game, but I do believe that was one of the downfalls of him getting trust with the squad and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think the squad. I think even the first team squad probably wouldn't even like that. What he did. It wasn't. It's not the best way of fostering competition within the team and everyone battling for places. It's kind of just creating a two-tier squad in a way, and that's no good. I don't think. I think you want everyone
needs to be in it together, don't they?
Yeah. First of all, you need to be in it together, and you need to be feeling like you're fighting for places and you're battling each other. And if Winks has a good game, he has to have a feeling at least he has a chance of starting on Sunday if he has a good game. Otherwise, that's why I think we put in these terrible performances in these away games in the Europa League, because I feel like first of all the opposition like Vitesse were well up for it, and so we have to be matching that intensity. And we weren't up to the task because the players didn't have the motivation to feel like if I play well today or if I have a good game, I'm gonna put myself in the conversation for the weekend. I'm gonna be fighting for minutes. There wasn't that, and it kind of just felt like whatever I do, I'm not going to be in the team. So what's the point?
Yeah,
that's the impression it gave off. And obviously, look, when you're a professional footballer at that level, you shouldn't need the motivation to play well. But at the end of the day, they're human beings, and all these things matter.
And it's not like back then, like it was like I know it's a squad that's been together for a while, but it's not like a squad with the manager that's been there for a while, and you know they're playing to prove themselves to the manager. And when he's already creating that sort of divide, I mean, it's just not great, is it?
Exactly. And not only that, but also, I completely agree, and also creates a impression that you don't take the competition seriously. Even if the competition isn't your priority, you have to at least give off the impression that you take it somewhat seriously. And I think, and I know at the time I defended the decision to leave everyone at home, but at the end of the day he ended up losing the game anyway on Sunday. And when that happens, there's obviously serious questions have to be asked with what the plan was. And I think when you're in this competition, if you want the players that you're selecting to put in a performance that is worthy of winning the game, then there has to be some sort of semblance that you care about the result. And by leaving everyone at home, it kind of gives the impression that you don't.
Yeah, completely agree. In terms of the game tomorrow, I mean, we always say it when we play these kind of games and against these kind of opposition, you know, you need to go in with the right mentality. And we've been accused in the past under Jose, under Nuno, even under Poch, of going into these games without the right mentality. I mean, surely that's not going to be the case tomorrow night with Antonio at the helm.
Not because it's so early on in his reign, so everyone's still looking to impress. I think as much as the first three games, Conte's obviously stuck with a fairly similar team. I'm still sure that there's going to be opportunities to fight your way into this team, no doubt about it. I don't think, apart from there's a few places in the team which are definitely up for grabs. So I think that. I think all these players are going to have to be on top of their game and making sure that they're showing the manager that they're serious about breaking into the first team, or they want minutes. And so I even if it's a mix and match team, which I'm expecting, I still think that these players are definitely going to be trying their hardest because they know there's an opportunity here now with Conte at the helm. There's an opportunity to, not just for themselves, they got a World Cup coming up and they need to be on top of their game and playing consistently if they want to make their national teams. For a lot of those players who are maybe on the brink of being in or out the team. So they've got Conte now, who's a manager who's known for improving players, who's known for winning things and fostering an environment in the dressing room which brings the best out of the players. And so they'll know there's a good opportunity for them to really, if they can get into the team, that they could become serious considerations for their national teams and also for themselves, bring themselves on as players. So I think they won't want to let this opportunity slip. They've already done it so many times now with previous managers. They won't want to do it again.
Definitely. Finally, how do you see the game going tomorrow? Are you expecting a fast start? And if it's a fast start, I mean, it could really turn into a bit of a cricket store tomorrow night, can't it?
Yeah, I don't know. But look, I don't know if it'll be a fast start or what. I'm expecting a resounding victory by at least 3 goals. Obviously, I know Mura. And, he gave us a bit of a scare last time, but we should have. We ended up winning 5-1. We should be home, and we should have been home and host. If I'm expecting one of Kane or Son up front. So I think that we should be winning. We should be winning this game by half time.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely should be. That's for sure.
And hopefully taking Kane off.
All right. And score prediction. What's your score prediction tomorrow?
I'm going to go 4-0.
4-0. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be something along those lines, I think. I'm going to go for a 5-0 Spurs. And I'm hoping some new players get on the score sheet that we haven't seen, like a Brian Hill or someone like that. I want to see these players really perform. I want to see Ryan Sessegnon step up a level because this is a big opportunity for players like Brian Hill and Ryan Sessegnon first start under Antonio Conte and stuff like that. So
it's a big opportunity for Sessegnon to kickstart his career. He couldn't have, if he could have handpicked any manager to come in to kind of get him going again, he probably would have picked Conte.
Yeah, and what a game as well to get your confidence up against a lower level side. Get in there, put down a marker, and then put yourself in a conversation for the league games, because Reguilon has been brilliant so far under Conte, but he's the only one that we've got in that position. So there's definitely a fight up for grabs there. Definitely,
and in terms of when you look at players in the final third, Sessegnon might even feel he could do more than Reguilon in the final third, because as much as Reguilon is a good fullback, you can whip in a good cross and stuff like that. Like in terms of final third contributions, that's where Sessegnon was. That's what set him apart initially from players around him. That was his big MO.
Yeah.
So if he can get that back and and start really contributing to a final third again, like he used to, he might feel like this could be his opportunity to really break into the Spurs team.
Yeah, I completely agree. But look, the game is tomorrow night, 5:45 kickoff. We'll be here for the live watch long, and prior to that you can catch the pre-match pump up with David Harris, and then after the watch long, obviously it's your chance to have your say on the post-match fan show. But that is your match preview. I'm going 5-0, my brother's going 4-0, so we're very confident in here for the game tomorrow night. But let me know your score predictions in the comment section below, and we'll see you soon.